Your blood work looks perfect. How many times have you been told that while you're sitting there feeling like your body is failing you? I've heard it for 20 years. Women come into my clinic. They've done everything right. They eat well. They show up for every checkup. And every year, they get that same pat on the head reassurance. Until suddenly, it's not fine. The tiredness becomes soul-crushing fatigue. The senior moments turn into terrifying memory gaps. Your balance slips. And then the crisis hits. As a registered nurse with 2 decades in acute and critical care, I've seen the aftermath of normal blood work. The truth? Your body was screaming for help. The problem wasn't the symptoms. It was that the standard tests are designed to find a fire once the house is already burning. I'm Ray, and today we're moving past the basic panel. I'm walking you through 5 critical tests for women over 50 that your doctor might not even mention. These aren't wellness trends. These are the diagnostic tools that catch the silent markers of stroke, heart failure, and cognitive decline years before they become your new reality. Stick with me until the 5th test. It's the one most doctors overlook. But in my 20 years on the floor, I've seen it predict cognitive decline more accurately than almost anything else. You need to know how to ask for it. Before we look at the vials, you need to understand the normal range trap. Standard lab tests aren't designed to find the start of a problem. They're designed to find a full-blown disaster. By the time routine test flags an abnormal result, the damage has often been done for years. Especially after 50, your body's safety net changes. Your hormonal protection drops. Insulin resistance creeps in, and silent inflammation begins to simmer under the surface. The danger isn't dramatic collapse. It's the slow fade that you're told to just accept. The brain fog that makes you lose your keys and your confidence. The 3 p.m. crash that makes you feel 20 years older than you are. That nagging sense of just not feeling like myself. When you bring these to a doctor, you're often met with shrug and a, well, you are getting older. I'm here to tell you that is a dangerous lie. Normal is just a statistical average of everyone else, including people who are already sick. We aren't looking for normal. We're looking for optimal. As we go through these 5 tests, I'm going to show you the hidden ranges your doctor might be ignoring, numbers that represent the difference between aging and actually failing. Test 1, the HbA1c 90-day snapshot. Most doctors only check your fasting glucose. That's a snapshot of your blood sugar at one specific second, usually after you fasted all night. It's easy to pass that test. But the HbA1c is different. It's a 3-month video recording of what's actually happening inside your veins while you sleep, eat, and stress. I've seen countless women told their sugar is fine based on a snapshot, while their HbA1c was quietly screaming. Why does that matter? Because chronically elevated blood sugar is like pouring acid into your cardiovascular system. It doesn't just lead to diabetes. It actively corrodes your delicate blood vessels, shrinks the memory centers of your brain, accelerates facial aging and crepey skin from the inside out. If you're struggling with stubborn menopause belly fat, brain fog that makes you feel dimmed, or sugar cravings that hit like a physical wall, your body isn't just aging. It's struggling to process fuel. A normal glucose test is not a clean bill of health. You need the 90-day truth. But here's the kicker. Even the HbA1c can miss the very first stage of this damage. Coming up, I'm going to show you a stealth marker that shifts years before your blood sugar even moves. You want to write this one down. Test 2, vitamin B12, the nerve protector. This is the one I see dismissed as just getting older more than any other. In my 20 years as a nurse, I've seen women come in terrified they have early onset dementia or MS. They have tingling in their hands. They're stumbling over their own feet, and their memory feels like a sieve. They're told it's stress or menopause. The truth? Their brain is starving. B12 is the fuel for your nerves, but after 50, your stomach stops absorbing it efficiently, especially if you're on reflux meds or metformin. The normal range for B12 is dangerously wide. You can be at the bottom of that range and still be suffering from neurological starvation. If your doctor says you're fine, but you feel like you're short-circuiting, don't accept a shrug. This isn't just fatigue. It's your nervous system losing its insulation. Test 3, lipoprotein, a hidden heart risk. This is the silent one that keeps me up at night. You can have perfect cholesterol, a clean diet, and do your yoga every morning and still be walking around with a ticking time bomb. Lipoprotein A, or LP-A, is a genetic protein that makes your blood stickier and much more likely to form a clot. The scary part? It's not in your standard cholesterol panel. I've seen women who appear to be the picture of health suffer a stroke or heart attack because no one ever checked this one number. You only need to test it once in your life to know your genetic baseline. If it's high, it's not a death sentence. It's a massive wake-up call to get proactive before a crisis forces your hand. And speaking of hidden risks, the next test is one that almost no one talks about, yet it's the single best predictor of whether your brain fog is actually the start of something much more permanent. You cannot afford to skip this one. Test 4, ferritin, iron storeroom. The fourth test is ferritin. This measures your iron stores. And this is one of the most common things I see missed in women, because hemoglobin can still be normal, while ferritin is low, and that's when symptoms start creeping in. Things like constant fatigue, low energy, hair thinning, poor concentration, shortness of breath, and often these symptoms get brushed off. Busy life, poor sleep, aging, but sometimes it's low iron stores. Ferritin tells you what your reserves look like, not just what's happening on the surface. And this is important because low iron doesn't just affect energy. It affects how your body functions overall. Now, this is not about self-treating with supplements. It's about identifying a pattern and asking the right question. Why is it low? That's where proper care comes in. The next one is the most important yet hardly ever heard of by most people. You really need to know this. Test 5, homocysteine, the stroke predictor. This is a one your doctor likely never orders, yet in 20 years of nursing, I've seen it linked to stroke and cognitive decline more than almost any other marker. Think of homocysteine as a toxin that builds up in your blood when your body can't process B vitamins correctly. When this number is high, your blood becomes corrosive. It doesn't just increase risk. It actively scrapes the inner lining of your arteries, inviting plaque to move in and set the stage for a stroke. I've stood by the bedsides of women who had perfect blood pressure and normal cholesterol, yet they ended up in acute care because their homocysteine was quietly redlining for years. It is the ultimate hidden alarm bell for your brain and your heart. If you're worried about memory loss or have a family history of heart disease, you cannot afford to fly blind. This isn't just another number on a page. It is a missing link that tells us if your internal environment is actually safe or if you're living in a pro-inflammatory state that is aging your brain by decades. Most women over 50 are doing everything right. The appointments, the basic labs, the healthy habits. Yet they're still being blindsided by sudden crises. The problem isn't you. It's that the standard testing is too basic to catch a fire before the house starts burning. These 5 tests don't replace your doctor. They give you the ammunition to have a real conversation. They are the difference between reacting to a disaster and preventing one. You won't find these on a standard printout unless you specifically ask. If you're tired being told it's just aging and you want the truth from inside the medical system, hit subscribe. Don't panic, just get informed. Because the most dangerous changes happen quietly, and knowing what to ask for is the only way to stop the clock.